smoothest that this course is going to get. And the power line, well, it gets its name from those power lines on the left side. Back with more of the Nissan 400 right after this. Wow, to get the entire field underway. Jerry, this is Class 7S.
Out in front there is Spencer Lowe, one of the former champions in this class, and behind him, Chuck and Johnny Johnson, no relation, but a real hot contender out here today for Spencer Lowe's supremacy.
Well, you know, when we watch the race, we sometimes forget what kind of person it takes to drive one of these off-road machines, and in Spencer Lowe's case, also run the entire team. Well, recently we had a chance to spend some time with Spencer at his home in Lake Havasu, Arizona.
Havasu area traffic is Cherokee 8840 Whiskey, departing runway 5, be making left traffic, left.
For Spencer Lowe, flying is both a pleasure and a necessity. Living in Lake Havasu, Arizona, the 41-year-old racer must commute to larger airports in Las Vegas or Phoenix to keep up with his hectic race schedule. 3-hour trips by car that take only an hour by air. But from high in the sky to down on the water, Spencer Lowe takes great pride in his community of 25,000. A town that was nothing more than a dot on the map before the London Bridge was bought for $6 million and reassembled piece by piece in Lake Havasu.
There's no way that this community would be the size that it is, or the development that the city has without the bridge. The bridge brings people here. Obviously, I came here because of the bridge and the activities around the bridge, the lake, and I'm sure that that's really the general consensus of all the people in town.
Spencer and the bridge have one thing in common. Both are foundations of success. For the bridge, it's tourism. For Spencer Lowe, it's racing. From the moment he gets up and heads for his daily 4-mile treadmill run, everything is designed to make him a better driver and his team more competitive. To help his driving, Spencer has designed a truck simulator to work on his upper body.
Well, the longer distance races, it's real fatiguing, especially when you're looking at like the Nissan 400 or the Baja 1000. And what happens is after about 8-10 hours, you start tensing up, getting sore, getting real weak. So I figured that the biggest thing that would help me in the endurance races is to concentrate on really what I needed to concentrate on rather than not working on my whole body.
For his team, Spencer has 2 fully equipped race shops, one in San Diego, another in Lake Havasu. You see, he not only races in the Desert Series, but has 2 trucks in the SCCA Race Truck Series as well.
Well, I think that the driver, the Spencer Lowe, the team organizer, gets a lot of credit for things that he really doesn't deserve credit for. And what makes my team and my operation so successful is the people that are behind me. And I think that's true in any kind of racing program.
And the trophy case is full of the team's successes. Spencer Lowe Racing has won 3 mini-medal championships, 3 other SCORE HDRA class titles, and last year's SCCA Manufacturers Championship for Nissan in the Race Truck Series. And by the way, the team has already made room in the trophy case for one more prize, this year's Class 7S Championship. Well, our thanks to Spencer Lowe and his crew, and Jerry, this is our early leader, Jack Johnson.
He is making his first trip now, Marty, into the rock garden. This is about 15 miles or so of vicious, tricky gullies and washouts. Every inch is covered by rocks. Rocks that blow tires, break cars, and sometimes even injure the drivers.
Running in second is Stuart Chase from Burbank and Steve Barlow from Fillmore, California. And Jerry, we ought to talk about course restrictions today.
Well, this is a very well-marked course, Marty, for a good reason. There are some desert tortoise habitats along here that the racers have to stay out of. If you vary from the marked course, you can be disqualified.
In fact, these are the 2 most important signs on the course. Drive outside the markers and you're not heading for the Dairy Queen, you are going to be out of the race. HDRA staffers literally walk the course with the Bureau of Land Management to make sure that all the tortoise habitats were avoided. This is Ivan Stewart. Now, he said he would set a steady pace for the first lap, Jerry, to learn the course, but he's already closing in on Troy Herbst.
Well, if this is a steady pace, Marty, I'd be worried if I was one of his fellow competitors. Ivan is really moving, and he's already headed towards the front of the race.
Well, this is the mental game that goes with this sport. You know, you see somebody like Ivan coming up on you and passing you. Now, does Troy Herbst say, is my pace too slow, or is his pace too fast, and is he going to end up braking?
That's the gamble that every racer takes, Marty, and we won't know the answer until the end of the race.
Well, Ivan Stewart cruising along. Meanwhile, in Class 8, Scott McMillan is the early leader. Now, he used to drive buggies with his father, Corky.
And with his brother Mark as well. He wanted to drive a truck, though, and they don't come any faster than those Class 8.
Well, that's Sherman Balch. Originally, that truck was set to run in Class 3, but did not conform to specs, so they're now running unlimited. Second in Class 8 is Walker Evans.
Now, Walker has already won one race this year in the stadium. In fact, he is the only driver to have beaten Ivan Stewart this year, but he has not won with that Class 8 Dodge since last year at Crandon.
Well, this is Mel Vaughn in the Sage Council truck. He's running a strong third here in the early going.
Close behind now and catching up fast is Scoop Vessels. He had a flat tire just 1 mile into the race, but he has been running strong since then. He is hoping this race does not go like the Parker race, where they had to rebuild almost the entire truck.
Another man who had problems at Parker is this man, Walker Evans, and it looks like he's got problems again. The 51-year-old cannot be as smiling as much as he is in this picture right now, Jerry, because they have got some serious work going on in the engine compartment and in the front end. And the reports say it could be terminal.
It's awfully early in the race for him to be having troubles, but if somebody can get it fixed and get going, it would be Walker and that great crew behind him.
Back inside now with Larry Ragland. You know, he had planned to race in Class 1-2 this year, but turned up in Class 7. We asked him why.
Well, we went back to 7 because our Chevrolet's new Unlimited truck just wasn't ready. I've been testing it just about once a week. We've been taking it out. It's getting a lot closer, but we're just not confident enough in it as far as the reliability of it. So it was easier to go back to 7 and have a much better shot at winning until we get the other one sorted out. I think hopefully if the testing goes well for the next 2 weeks, we should race it in San Felipe at the next race. That's what I'm hoping.
Well, Ragland has taken the lead in Class 7, but Roger Mears is right behind. And let's take a look at the leaderboard because Jack Johnson has broken. Stuart Chase has taken the overall lead. And here's a quick look at the second 5 with Ivan Stewart in 6th. Stay with us. We'll be back with more after this. Leader, Rod Hall.
Rod debuted this truck about a year ago, Marty. Didn't win until the season finale at Baja, but he seems to have it all sorted out now.
He said he was going to keep working until he figured it out. The man in second.
Steve is having Clive Smith, Larry Ragland's truck owner, build him a new Chevy so he can better race with Rod Hall.
Turning our attention now to Class 7S. This is Chuck and Johnny Johnson. Now, they are no relation, but they have, as a team, managed to take the lead in this class. Now, before the race, we asked Chuck Johnson what it would take to win today's event.
Well, I think you're going to have to be patient, Marty. You're going to have to take it easy, try and get through the first couple of laps with the traffic and the dust, learn the course, learn what's different from past years, and then go for it the last couple of laps. Make sure you have a good enough truck at the end of the race that you can race the last lap, and that's when it's all going to come down to.
Well, so far, the strategy seems to be paying off.
They have not had any problems except the dust from our helicopter.
Yeah, and every time we get a little too close, we kick it up, so then we have to slide back. And here is Jerry Welchel, second in Class 7S right now. Another stadium racer who's doing battle in the desert as well.
And finding a lot of success.
In Class 7 4x4, perennial champions, defending class champions, as a matter of fact, Paul and Dave Simon. They are leading again.
They have been tough to beat, Marty, since they decided to sell one of 2 trucks they were racing and concentrate on just one. Now that has made it tough on the class champ of 2 years ago. This guy, Mike Leslie, who is, by the way, running second right now behind the Simons on the course.
Well, he's passed one buggy, and this is one of the faster sections of the course, so you'll see the speeds crank up a little bit. In fact, he's closing in on a second buggy.
We are already seeing some dust out here. This is the first time around for these guys. Imagine what it's going to be like by the 4th time around. It's really going to be churned up.
Well, you've got to stay within the boundaries of the course as well because of the desert tortoise restrictions that were placed on by the BLM, and we talked about that just a little bit earlier. So you're right, Jerry. By the 4th lap, it could be extremely treacherous, and he's closing in on a 3rd buggy.
That's quite a sequence to get through 3 different guys in the same set of real estate there.
Well, Mike Leslie